Good evening from the WOUB newsroom. I'm Atish Baidya with tonight's news wrap. Jackson County Coroner Dr. Gregory Hawker says the Franklin County Coroner is conducting the autopsy after the shooting deaths of two brothers ages 12 and 9. The boys, whose names were not immediately released, were found in the bedroom yesterday morning in their grandparents' home where they lived in Jackson. No one else was home at the time. Authorities recovered a .44 caliber revolver. Hawker says he can't comment yet on what might have led to the shootings. The Jackson City Police Chief and County Sheriff did not immediately return phone calls. Authorities continue their search today in the Ohio River for a body near Point Pleasant. Two people reported seeing the body, which they described as having black hair, a blue flannel shirt, and tennis shoes, floating in the river around 9 p.m. yesterday. Water rescue crews began searching the river last night. However, heavy rains forced them to suspend their efforts. Officials say the infamous python released earlier this week in an Athens County trailer park has been found. Sheriff Pat Kelly says Dave Sagan from Hocking College found the python today in insulation underneath the home of the lady who released it on Monday. Sagan says the python was only about 2 feet long, despite initial reports that the serpent measured over 4.5 feet in length. The woman told deputies she did not want the python in her house and intended to run it over with a lawnmower later. Sagan says the snake will be kept at Hocking College until authorities decide its fate. Summer storms tend to pack a punch, bringing hazardous weather conditions on a frequent basis. This week is Lightning Safety Awareness Week, and officials are reminding people about how deadly this weather phenomenon can be. WOUB's Katie Dugan has more.
People don't realize that it's as dangerous as they think it is.
Dr. Ryan Fote is the assistant professor of meteorology at Ohio University. He says most people don't realize the alarming statistics about lightning.
Unfortunately, Ohio ranks in the top 5 across the U.S. in terms of lightning fatalities.
The National Weather Service reported 28 deaths from lightning strikes last year. One of those was 60-year-old Dick Sorg of Zanesville, who was killed while under a tree working in his yard in July.
Typically, lightning strikes to people occur before or after the storm, actually, and not during the heart of the storm when the heaviest rain is moving through. Going underneath the tree is not, there's probably a myth that that's safe, and that's not safe.
Until it directly, you have a lightning strike close to you, you tend to ignore it a lot. And many times it's almost a silent killer.
Fred Davis is the Athens County Emergency Management Agency Director. He says education is a necessary tool to keep people safe.
You can be struck by a bolt of lightning before you ever are really aware that there's a storm around.
In addition, graduate student Kyle Clem says a warning won't always be issued when a storm rolls in.
The National Weather Service won't issue a warning if there's not any severe wind, hail, or tornadoes. So people tend to go outside to their front porches.
When asked why some people are drawn to severe weather, experts say the answer is simple: the thrill.
We have an inner self in us that we go to the racetrack to watch for a crash. We watch a storm to see how spectacular the lightning bolt can strike something close to us, let's say.
It's the same reason why people are drawn to action movies.
But unlike the excitement of the big screen, the risks of lightning and severe weather are very real.
When you don't heed warnings that you should, probably put yourself in danger that you shouldn't. It's just not you that you're imperiling, it's the folks that have to come and rescue you.
Reporting for WOUB, I'm Katie Dugan.
Davis says you can sign up for mobile alerts on the Athens County EMA's website at athenscountyema.org and click on the Alert Athens County part of the homepage. You can also find a link to their page on our website, woub.org. The Supreme Court has rejected appeals from Arizona and Nevada involving the rights of same-sex couples. This comes a day after the High Court overturned the Federal Defense of Marriage Act. The justices let stand the appeals court ruling striking down an Arizona law that said only married state employees were eligible for health benefits and withdrawing domestic partner benefits for unmarried state workers. Arizona's constitution bars same-sex marriage, so gay couples had no way to obtain the state benefits. The other case from Nevada was a challenge to the state's ban on same-sex marriage. A group opposing gay marriage filed the appeal, even though it won a judgment in federal district court. The Coalition for the Protection of Marriage wanted to bypass the federal appeals court in San Francisco, but that is where the case will now be considered. And that's the news for Thursday, June 27, 2013. You can find the latest headlines on our website, woub.org. From the WOUB newsroom, I'm Atish Baidya.